Hey guys, it's me, KyCoolz. Welcome back. So today I've got some screenshots of my current household, the Chesters, and I've also got some amazing stuff to tell you guys. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the update. Alrighty, so where we left last update, we had Shari and Travis have their wedding. Now, if you guys have not seen this current household thus far, I will leave all of the links down below in the description so you guys can go ahead and update yourselves before watching this part. Because it probably won't make sense if you're watching this for the first time. So we had Shari just kind of go to the bar in Windenburg, and she got really intoxicated. She drank a lot, and she was literally on her 10th drink, and she was drinking this flirty drink, right? And she went into the bar and ordered a drink, and then she went to the bathroom, and then she started texting Duke. She was like, I really miss you. Can we maybe meet up sometime? I really just want to talk to you. There's things that have been left unsaid that I want to say and get off my chest. And he texted back and said, Shari, I can't. You just need to go home. You're drunk. You need to go home. So she went down to the dance floor really pissed, really freaking enraged, right? She was like, felt rejected from, Duke. And she was like, I've called this off with Travis now, and Duke doesn't even want to freaking know me. So she actually met Candy Burr, which is Duke's new girlfriend, and she got really pissed off at her, started yelling at her and all of that sort of stuff. She actually went home not long after, and she felt really bad because she'd pretty much blown Travis off on their big special wedding day, and she thought of all the things that he had really done for her on the cab ride home, and she literally just felt so bad, and she sat down and she was like, I am so sorry about today. And he was like, what happened? What happened today? And she explained everything. She'd explained her night out and the two guys that she'd been with. She pretty much opened up about everything that had ever really happened to her in her life. She was drunk at this stage. So she was just opened up, and Travis really was still angry at that point, but he had kind of gotten over what had happened after Shari had explained everything. So pretty much, cut a long story short, it took a while for them to get on speaking terms again. They were still living in the same house but different rooms. Travis was sleeping in Jackson's room, and they actually ended up getting back together. Now, is this the right decision? No. It's not. Shari was totally convinced that she had to really try with Travis because Duke didn't want to freaking know her. Duke just blew her off that night, So they ended up, getting back together with no relationship status, like no boyfriend, girlfriend. They were just seeing each other. One night they had the two guys around that Shari had been seeing, and messed up as this is, Travis made her kind of call it off and ask to be friends just with the two guys. So there was no other romantic interest in Shari's life. And the boys were kind of like, well, this is so unexpected. And now the two boys do not speak to Shari at all. It's awkward. It's just weird. And they've just gone their own ways in their own lives pretty much. Now, the messed up thing is Travis was actually really good friends with this guy on the screen right now. So they're not friends now. So, yeah. So they started, just going back to normal, if normal is a word to describe their relationship. And they, were pretty much sleeping in the same bed. They were woohooing. And Shari actually thought that she fell pregnant, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks after, and she didn't. She wasn't pregnant, and they tried to go back to normal, and things just didn't go back to normal. It felt, after probably the honeymoon status was over, like they were fresh back into not into a relationship, but fresh back into something. The honeymoon period was kind of over, that fresh feeling of being with someone. And Travis started to go back to his old ways. He was controlling, and he was just really nasty. He turned into this really nasty guy that she could see he was going into a place that she didn't even know, like psychologically. So she just pretty much said, Travis, this is not going anywhere. We just have to call this quits. We tried, it didn't work. It's over. So cut a long story short, Travis and her agreed literally through their lawyers to Travis having full custody of Jackson, their son, and Shari having all of the money from Travis's job. So it worked out to be like 20,000 simoleons, so Shari is quite well off at the moment. Ryland, on the other hand, has been freaking begging, and you guys know this, he's been begging to see his dad, begging. And of course it's really awkward between Shari and Duke right now, and things are just really weird. So she agreed with Duke. It was finally arranged through their lawyer that Ryland would go and see Duke for 2 weeks, because he was kind of like on like what we call school holidays, but in The Sims they don't have holidays, but let's just pipe it up to be school holidays. So literally Shari was free, yay, she kind of just could do her own stuff. She was painting a lot more. She got a whole ton of money from her painting, you guys. I think she actually earned about $4,000. Yeah, 4 or 5 grand. So literally she's got 25k in the bank as we speak, or just a little bit over. Now, Shari had Duke over for a little bit of dinner. With Ryland. I think it was like after the first week of him going to stay with Duke. Duke started trying to hint that he liked Shari. Like, he started complimenting her in a way which was kind of a little bit more than friends. And Duke was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to kiss you. I need to go. I'm sorry. And he took Ryland and left, and he said, I will drop Ryland back next Saturday. I'm sorry. I've got to go. Meanwhile, I think 3 or 4 days passed. So we're halfway through the week, and she looks out and she sees her father, Owen Chester, walking freaking past the window. So now back into the Chester Manor, right? So we've got Owen and Charles, which is Shari's dad and brother. And now I have some really sad news to tell you guys. Julius, which is Shari's granddad, Owen's father, had passed away. Now, he's only recently just passed away, you guys. He actually had a massive heart attack, and literally they had to turn the life support off. So Lillian, in the meantime, was out at the bar with Brantley, and they started really hooking up, and they connected on another level, which is just out of this freaking world, you guys. Like, whoo, like, damn, it is amazing. Their relationship, they're really good friends, and they're also soulmates. It was amazing. Like, I was literally shocked at how well their relationship bar just went up. It just shot up after the first date. So, meanwhile, Lillian's kind of seeing Brantley, and, she's not so much affected by Julius's passing, which is pretty much her father-in-law. She's not really affected by it because she's got no emotional connection with Owen anymore, her ex-husband. Her husband at the time. Obviously, they were still married at this point, and they were at the club. They had a little like woohoo mess around, whatever you want to call it, woohoo time in the closet at the bar, and freaking sparks were freaking flying. But wait, there is freaking more. Just wait, okay? All right. So as they were saying goodbye, I had to take a screenshot of this. I freaking had to, because I was playing as Brantley at that stage, and as you guys can see, the relationship bar is through the freaking roof. And Brantley convinced Lillian to leave Owen. He literally did. And she was like, okay, all right. I know it's been over for a while. We haven't been together emotionally and physically for ages. It's over, it's over. And she was just ready to tie up the last ends of pretty much telling him that she was going to divorce him. Lillian feels like a teenager when she's with Brantley. She feels like so in love. She feels that emotional connection, the physical connection is there. Everything is there. It's like true love. So she was pretty much at this stage saying to Brantley, I really, really love you. I want to move in with you. And they'd been seeing each other for quite a while, bearing in mind. And they'd built up this relationship. As I said, their bar went frigging skyrocket. And, he was like, please be careful, because Brantley knows everything. About Owen, like, so much as Lillian's aware. Lillian has told Brantley that he's very controlling and very emotionally and psychologically abusive. And Owen he really is. You guys know that he is just totally messed up in the freaking head. Now, bearing in mind, just a side note, Lillian doesn't know that Owen captured Duke, okay? So Brantley actually is a chief at the local police station. So he was, saying, please be careful, Lillian. When you go home, please be careful. Because literally they're neighbors. He was like, I'm going to literally wait at my front door. I can see my front door. From my front door, I can see your house. Please be careful. Do not provoke him at all. He's not underestimated at all, this guy. So she got home and she pretty much, Owen was like, where have you been? And she was like, I was out with the girls. He was like, don't lie. I knew you were out with someone. Who is it? Come out with it right now. Now, Owen at this stage is freaking pissed off because he's lost his long lost love, Bella Goth. She actually passed away, you guys. I don't freaking know how, but she passed away. So, Lillian doesn't know that he was with Bella Goth or anything. But, Bella Goth isn't on the scene anymore. And he's just kind of pissed off because he's got no one other than Lillian. And he's just standing there making fun of her at this point. He's like, look at you in that stupid dress. Why do you wear dresses like that? You shouldn't be wearing dresses like that. We're a very formal family. You should know better than that not to wear that trash. And Lillian is just standing there like, excuse me, do not speak to me like this, Owen. I am sick of your BS right now. It is freaking over. I am done with you. I want a divorce right now. It's all through my lawyers. And he's like, you don't have a freaking lawyer. We've got a lawyer together. Who do you think you are? You're not going to get anything. You're really not. You think that you are going to get half of what you're entitled to? He's like, no way. So he turned really evil and she started throwing drinks at him. She was really fired up. Lillian was, whoo! I mean, she's been with this guy for so many years, probably about 25 years of marriage. And despite that, she's managed to just carry on as best as she can. And she was like, for all of the things that you've done, she literally threw a drink at him. Oh my goodness, he got freaking wild. He went into this friggin' rage. He just raged at the top of his voice. And she was like, do not speak to me like that. Meanwhile, Brantley is actually watching this whole thing from his door and he's running over as fast as he can, but he's too late. Owen literally loses it. He ends up literally freaking hitting Lillian on the freaking side of her her shoulder. He starts literally pushing her around and Brantley is freaking calling the cops and things are just the police. He's calling the cops, the police, and he's literally got his friggin' handcuffs out to try and get Owen, and woo, it's getting real. And what happened is that Lillian actually, Owen piped it up to be that Lillian provoked him and literally he was using it as self-defense. What the freaking heck? Whatever, dude. What friggin' ever. So, cut a long story short, he pretty much they dropped all charges because Lillian literally friggin' threw a drink at him. She assaulted him first. She didn't get charged for it, you guys, though, but it was better that they just dropped it. And at this stage, Charles, their son, Owen's son and Lillian's son, is so beside himself. He lost his granddad, you guys. He's freaking upset. And meanwhile, everything's bloody normal. Owen's just prancing around the house and he's still literally got all the money. Lillian didn't get anything. She didn't get anything from the separation. Obviously, they're still going through the divorce at this stage, but they're sorting things out in terms of monetary stuff, and Lillian got nothing, you guys. She got nothing, no cent at all. Just obviously, she had custody, to see, obviously, their son, who is underage at this point in time. So she actually moved out with Brantley. She's actually now living full-time with Brantley, and it's just kind of cooled off between her and Owen right now. They're not they're not called off, but you know what I mean? There's no arguments back and forward to lawyers at this stage. It's kind of all settled. He actually met this other girl. Now, I've completely forgotten her name. I think it was Amy or something. But anyway, so he met this chick. when he was pretty much in town. He was shopping for Charles for school, and he literally met her just spare of the moment, and he literally was like, whoa, she's gorgeous. So he invited her back to the house for coffee, and she was really surprised with the house. She was like, whoa, this guy is loaded, freaking loaded with money. Like, whoa, okay, what am I dealing with here, sort of thing. Like, whoa, damn. So she literally she's actually I think she's a detective. Not too sure. But the reason why the reason why she came over was because she was like, going through her own personal stuff, which I don't know what it is, but she's just recently separated from her long-term boyfriend, I believe. So they literally, cut a long story short, they ended up getting together. And Owen and this chick are together now. As I said, I've completely forgotten her name. I feel freaking bad. But yeah, they are together. And of course, Charles is like, what the freaking heck is wrong with Dad? Like, what is wrong with Dad? And he's like online blogging to his online friends. He's such an introvert, Charles, as I said last time. And he's like got this blog right now is what's wrong with my dad? What is wrong with my dad? He's just so weird. Like, we've just recently lost my granddad, which is his dad. And he's back to normal, like trying to get with this other lady. Like, this is not normal. This is weird. Like, how? And so he's got his own suspicions, but I believe that Charles is actually wanting to go live with Lillian and Brantley, because he's been hinting to his dad that he wants to just leave the house, which Owen is flipping the frickin' bricks about, because he wants Charles to take over the manor and he will not let Charles leave at all. So he's trying to control Charles now. I don't know. It's just all sorts of messed up, sort of twisted. But yeah, this is the current household thus far. Owen and this chick are now together. They're now boyfriend and girlfriend, but she's got her own freaking can of worms. And I'm so excited to explore the Chesters more. I know that you guys have been thoroughly enjoying the Chesters as well. I absolutely adore them. They are my favorite current household thus far. And I can tell you guys that I'll be playing them for another couple of months at least, if not more. If you guys would like to see another current household day in the life of the Chesters, leave some comments down below, please. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you guys all so much. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe if you guys would like to. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, lovelies.